Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. I'm kind of bringing these notes to you a little late. I have been in the hospital, as you have seen. I've dropped a couple of little things from the hospital because you are so that important to me, or should I say, you are that important to God, and I'm here because of God. I got a couple of messages I want to use in thinking about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's just amazing for a young man, Dr. Martin Luther King. I think about him, 39 years old, he and Malcolm X, sending out of here to a place that has got to be wonderful. And here I am. He's my friend. When I say that, that means I want to be on the same team. I think about look at me now, 70-some years old. Dr. King, gone, handsome man, and here I am, old and worn and tired. What have I accomplished since I've been continuously living? What have I accomplished more? What have I accomplished that Dr. King missed? I ate a few more meals, probably rode around in some of the newer cars, maybe went from city to city or even from state to state every now and then just to visit some people. And if I was fortunate, I might have got a chance to make love to somebody. Probably got a chance to run my mouth a lot. But in the meantime, all while that was happening, all while I was doing my thing, look what the world was coming to. It is men like Dr. King, had they been living, and Malcolm and perhaps others, had they been living, look, when they were here, I heard somebody say the other day that he took us to the peak with Dr. King as that spiritual motivator and being in the midst. Took us from where we were, and baby, it was deep, all the way up, and then they shot him. And rather than falling over into the promised land, Dr. King came to the top of it and said, I see the promised land right there. And they say, you are going no further. And bam, and he had to come back down. And the people who were behind him, the ones that he was leading, came all the way back down too. And all the guys that were working with him came on back down too. Now, I can't put them down. They were not Dr. King. They gave what they had to give. Jesse gave what he had to give. Andrew gave what he had to give. All those guys gave what they had to give. Like the ones today. They're giving what they have to give. They can't give any more than that. They can't give their lives for a belief. They can't give their lives for what they don't truly know. Dr. King knew. That's why he was willing to give his life. The rest of us, we just believe in. And in sharing that, I want to commemorate Dr. Martin Luther King by offering this warning. Efforts by the Republican Party yielding to evil in an attempt to thwart justice is an affront to all those that gave their lives for the creation and maintenance of voting rights and freedom. I'm afraid that such evil action by the American people, the doers and the good people that allow it, will cause a reaction not from the abused, but from nature in response to the abuse. That nature will rise up from its bed of comfort in its resting place to resist in our stead the willful, inhumane treatment of others by heartless, ungodly individuals for a selfish outcome which destroys the nation. As before, the last 40 years I have found America resisting the basic human rights that are common amongst all humans, including food and shelter and education and health care. and a career that each of us choose. When we can do this, ladies and gentlemen, these are the things that serve as the foundation for peace. These are the things that serve as the foundation for prosperity. These are the things that serve as the foundation for freedom, the joy of life, and the fulfillment of our dreams. The life that we are pursuing exists only in hell. We are planting the seed that might invite nature to get us there quick. I saw a sign from times old, and it said, "Give us the vote." That was back in the day. That was when Dr. King really was coming through some heavy stuff. Give us the right to vote. And today, we are asking, give us the right to vote. But who are we talking to? Who are we asking to give us, human beings in this country, just like anybody else, human beings all over the world, who are we asking to give us the vote? I'm going to tell you who we're asking. I'm going to tell you just like it is. We're asking evil. We are asking evil. You see, there are laws that are designed, they're put there to prevent certain things from happening. And one of them has to do with black people voting. White people, I don't think, have to register to vote or sign some particular document, but they say black people have to be recertified. And now here we are saying, give us the right to vote because someone has said we're going to get it back. Now let me ask you something. Would you think Dr. King would take that? Do you think Dr. King would take some stuff like that? Dr. King would be on the cross 1,000 times before he took that. Now I ask you, if Dr. King wouldn't take it, and you will take it, well, what purpose did Dr. King have here? His job was finished. And I say to any of you who have matured, who have been born again and know God, I'm talking to you just like it is. If you knew God, you'd stand up for justice. You stand up for God's love, and not a soul on the face of the earth will shut you down until evil couldn't take it no more. You see, when evil knows that if he takes you out, everybody else is going to shut up. And if the people were just generating with a little anger a little bit, what he would do, make a statue, make a holiday. And then you go right along, right along. Now, what does that say? What does that say about who are you asking for a vote? Give us the vote. You're asking the slave master. That's what you're doing. You're asking the slave master. And it seems right now in 2022, the slave master has said he has enough of you. And he's going to send you back to the pastors, out in that grazing pen where you should have been, he is saying, because you know you still are not considered human. And this is not to be said to make you angry. Let me tell you what, I'm going to jump ahead and say something. There was a presentation I wanted to share with you. I think this is in line with this. We're going to make this a little bit long, but I'm just want to share it with you anyway. And this is right in line with what we were talking about. I want to advocate to you, ladies and gentlemen, rather than getting angry about all the stuff I just got through saying, you know it's true and it makes you mad as can be. But that's the devil in you. I want to contact the God in you. I realize you're not born again. You're not going to be able to see this, but I want to share it with you anyway. I'm asking if you could, if you would, let us create a new America. A new America, not a great America, but an America that works for all. I believe the challenge is being made. Make America a godly nation instead of the hellish nation being advocated by the spokesman of evil. Evil is proposing a nation Listen, ladies and gentlemen, evil, I'm not going to say the Republicans. I'm not going to say Trump. I'm not going to say Trump's folks. I'm going to say evil is proposing a nation where all of the participants in government must be evil. From the president must be evil. All of the U.S. Republican senators must be evil. Or all the senators are going to be Republican, because perhaps others won't ever win unless they become Republican and evil. All of the House representatives must be evil. Ain't that something? All the governors of every state, that's the work to make them evil. Secretary of State, all the ones that got some power, gotta be evil. Requiring that the courts, the Supreme Court, my friends, the police department, the military, and the church. This is what is happening in the world today. I'm telling you, this is what is happening in the world today. This is in the mind of those evils. See what I'm saying? This is being concocted. And all of it, according to what the plan of is. Listen here. You ever heard anything about the Republicans having an agenda? The word is, they're not worrying about that. All they want to do is get in power. And when they get in power, you remember what Steve Miller said. You haven't seen anything yet. When they get in power, you hear him talking about putting people in jail. That's what they do, because they can't stand challenges. No, my friends. But anyway, this is what is happening. A nation, my friends, where the love of evil will have the power, and those that resist evil will be made slaves, or they will be murdered. Now, God knows they are the ones that, and you know, they are the ones that take the babies and the children and they sell them, and or body parts. And they do that for what? For money. They are the ones that fight against medical cures. Money is more important in the name of big bucks. And when the people are hurting, like the storms come through and cause a lot of pain and suffering, they increase prices. Oh my God. They can make guns to sell to people, to kill one another, so they can make money. So what am I saying to you, ladies and gentlemen? The Republicans are not, and when I say this, usually you would think that I'm talking about those people who are out there following the fake lie. But from what I'm telling you today, I'm talking about the Republicans, all of them. They're not about democracy. They want to break the law. And they are advocating for hell. The doers and the good ones that allow it to happen. Now I say, let us create a new America. Don't let me stop there, ladies and gentlemen. There might be something else I want to say about that. Since I say, let us create a new government, I want to also advocate and propose a godly government. Yes, I'm talking to you, the American people. The Republicans are not concerned about democracy. They just want to do their thing and let be God over you. So I propose a godly government, a government that works for all the people that God permits to live in this country. Everybody that lives in this country, the government works for every last one of them. That's what I propose. Using the resources that only God is responsible for existing. I'm not talking about using somebody else's earth. I'm not talking about using somebody else's oil. I'm talking about using God's oil and everything else that God has given us. I'm talking about changing things, ladies and gentlemen. If the Republicans can change the rules to take us to hell, we can change the rules to take us to heaven. Let us prepare. And I'm not mad. It sounds like it on it. I'm excited. Let us prepare that not only those that honor the truth and God have the benefits, let them have the benefits as well. Let us prepare that all the evil people who hate God and is resisting love, let us, my friends, in the name of love, in the name of God, let us assure the same basic human rights that are coming amongst us all, have access to all the blessings of life as God's people, and the same for evil people. Now, you say, what are we going to do that for? Because we don't have to be evil. We have to spread love. Yes, I want mine. They want theirs. They don't know that we can all have ours. They've been taught that there is only one can have it. And that's the one who will express evil. That's what they've been taught. The only one can have it is those who can express evil. And the one who can express evil the most runs the show. That's why you see guys like Putin and this guy over in North Korea and Paul Pot and all those guys who would just line people up and murder them like they were shooting at a paper bag. People who just slaughter folks and slaughter folks and slaughter folks. And people wanted to live a little bit to see what was going on somewhere. They want to have a few more meals. They want to look at the sun a few more times. They want to laugh and talk with their friends and family a few more times. But this man and these men want to go out there and cutting heads off of everything. These are the most evil creatures you ever seen ever could imagine. You can't imagine a creature no more than these kind of guys. But they do it for power. And people don't know the truth, and people bend. Then somebody give them a little piece, and they kind of think they're standing up. You're not standing up. If you're not living like in heaven, and how can you do it if your neighbor's not doing it too? So I'm trying to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, the BS got to stop. The BS got to stop. Now, let us prepare. I got through doing that, right? Evil people have been abused. This is really why I'm talking like this. I've learned this. I've been given this. Evil people have been abused by evil their entire lives. These Republicans, these ones that are really haters and bigots and stuff like that, they've been abused. Evil has whipped them down. This is why they're like they are. Now, the system that they have created abuses them as well. Their parents abuse them. Their God abused them. So let us stop fighting and arguing with them. And let us protect them from themselves. And let us help them to see the big lies. Invite all that hate evil to join this. Because you know there are many of you out there right now. I'm not talking about you. Are any Christians out there want to join this godly government that I'm talking about? Any Jews? Any Muslims? Any common people? Any of you out there willing to spread the love and knowledge of God? You big shots. TJ. TD? Jakes. That's what his name. Osteen. You know you the big ones. The big ones. The ones with the jets that's preaching in the skies. Saving souls in the skies. Planting $1,000 and watch your garden grow, they say. Yeah. Are any of you willing to join with a godly government? See, the Republicans are not interested in democracy. Breaking all the rules. The guy who is the biggest devil, I guess. And I'm saying that not because of this person, but because the spirit that is exhibited through his actions, through his conduct. We have been taught, all of us, we're told that that stuff was evil, that was demonic. So don't be like that, they say. He walked all over that. Got in government. Constitution. He showed you what the Constitution really meant to white people. It didn't mean a thing. Not a dead blasted thing. And all of the stuff that he's been walking around doing since those 4 years that he was here, wasn't no joke, wasn't no trip. Y'all running up fussing. What's going on? What's going on? Gotta stop it. And they were laughing at the Democrats. Wasn't stopping a thing. Every time you got a chance to do something, they came up with some evil scheme and blocked it. Even stole your, judges. I mean, just stole them right on your face, and you sitting there with, yum, 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 yum. But they took them. Why? Because they were evil and didn't mind lying and breaking the rules. And you were trying to be good, thinking that your goodness meant something. Your goodness meant you were going straight to hell. You were going straight down in some bucket that you're going in right now. That's what, now I'm not trying to make, this is not about trying to get you together. I mean, tear you apart. No, my friend. This is all about bringing us together. See, I want you to know that everybody's been tricked. We blame one another. We got had, and a liar told one thing and told another the other thing. And each one of us took what we were told and pushed it as if it was absolutely right. And it was nothing but the other side of a coin. It's the same old lie. And we had to fight one another. And they over there laughing at us, doing every damn thing they want to do. And we still up something. We right. Dr. King knew that. So that's why he was at the mountaintop. He was saying that once you wake up, baby, they can't hold you no more. And they know that. And so they know that Dr. King didn't come back down this hill. He was at the peak. He saw the promised land. What did he say? We will get there. He saw that promised land. When they took him out, he fell over in the promised land. We fell back over here in this hell. What he is saying is if you want to get to the promised land, you got to change. But these people right here are trying to take you deeper and deeper. Because if you're afraid to stand up now, how in the world are you going to stand up when they really get in power and ready to cut your neck off? All your kids, all your grandkids, all going to be messed up when the laws are no good for no one. If they don't work for everyone, they are not worth the thought. If they don't work for everyone, they're not worth the thought. I had another thing. Well, let me cut this off. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me.